Ever wondered why Greece has more international airports than most countries? It's a curious question, isn't it? Well, let's dive into this mystery. You see, Greece is a relatively small country, but it's packed with over 2,000 islands. Yes, you heard that right, over 2,000. Now, not all of these islands are inhabited or even big enough to house an airport, but quite a few of them are. These islands, each with their unique charm and allure, are a magnet for tourists from all corners of the globe. To cater to this influx of wanderers seeking a slice of Greek paradise, Greece has built around 15 international airports. Quite impressive for such a small country, don't you think? These airports not only make travel to and within Greece convenient, but they also serve as gateways to the diverse beauty, culture and history that Greece has to offer. So next time you're planning a trip, remember Greece has plenty of landing options. Did you know that more than 80% of Greece is mountainous? A fascinating truth indeed. This land of ancient legends and myths is primarily a land of mountains. From the lofty heights of Mount Olympus, the home of the gods in Greek mythology, to the rugged terrains of the Pindus Range, mountains have been an omnipresent backdrop in the Greek narrative. But these mountains are not just stunning natural spectacles. They've played integral roles in shaping Greece's culture and history. They've been silent witnesses to countless battles and have provided refuge to those seeking solace from adversaries. The mountains' challenging terrains have fostered a resilient and resourceful people, capable of building a civilization that would stand the test of time. These peaks and valleys have also inspired numerous Greek myths, with gods and goddesses making their homes atop these majestic heights. So Greece is basically one big, rocky playground. A playground where history, mythology and natural beauty intertwine, creating a captivating tapestry that continues to enchant the world. Ever wondered why Greek food tastes so good? Well, let's spill the beans, or rather, the olives. You see, Greece is the third largest producer of olive oil on planet Earth. Yes, you heard it right, but that's not all. The Greeks, they have an insatiable appetite for this liquid gold. They consume more olive oil per head than any other nation across the globe. Imagine, in every Greek kitchen, the omnipresent bottle of olive oil standing tall, ready to lend its magic to any dish. From luscious salads to mouth-watering moussaka, olive oil is the secret ingredient that makes Greek cuisine so irresistibly delicious. And it's not just about the taste. Olive oil is also a powerhouse of health benefits. So you see, in Greece, olive oil isn't just a condiment, it's a way of life. It's the heart that pumps flavour into every dish and the soul that embodies the essence of Greek culinary tradition. Do you know how old the Greek language is? Well, prepare yourself for a journey back in time. The Greek language, yes, the very one that gave us words like philosophy and democracy, has been spoken for over 3,000 years. That's right, 3,000. It's one of the oldest languages in the world, and it's still alive and kicking. Now picture this. While the rest of the world was still grunting and pointing, the Greeks were crafting poetry and philosophy in their beautiful language. They were weaving tales of gods and heroes, of love and war, and all that in a language that has survived the test of time. So, next time you're struggling with a Greek word or phrase, remember you're not just learning a language, you're stepping into a time machine, touching a piece of human history that's been around for millennia. So, if you're ever feeling old, just remember the Greek language. How many islands do you think Greece has? Here's a number that might surprise you. Greece is home to more than 2,000 islands. Yes, you heard that right. Over 2,000 individual pieces of land surrounded by the sparkling azure waters of the Aegean and Ionian seas. Now, before you start packing your bags for a never-ending island-hopping tour, let's clarify something. Of these 2,000 plus islands, only 227 are inhabited. That's still a lot of islands, each with its unique charm, history and culture. From the party haven of Mykonos to the tranquil beauty of Hydra, the islands of Greece offer a diverse range of experiences. So whether you're an adventurer seeking uncharted territories or a history buff yearning for ancient ruins, Greece has an island just for you. So if you're into island hopping, Greece is your paradise. Where do you think the Olympics started? If you thought Olympia, Greece, you've hit the bullseye. Now let's step back in time, some 2,800 years. Olympia, a sanctuary in ancient Greece, became the epicenter of a sporting spectacle like no other. The Olympic Games, as we know them, were born here and held every 4 years, much like today. The games were a tribute to the king of the gods, Zeus, and athletes from all over the Greek world would compete in various sports. From foot races to wrestling, from chariot racing to the long jump, the games were a spectacle of strength, speed and skill. Winners were hailed as heroes, their victories immortalised in song and statue. Such was the importance of these games that wars would be halted to allow for their occurrence. And so began the tradition of the Olympic truce. That's right, the world's biggest sports event started in Greece, no big deal. Ever wondered where democracy was born? Well, let's take an enlightening journey back to the 5th century BC, to the cradle of Western civilization, Greece. It was here, amidst the grandeur of the Parthenon and the wisdom of philosophers, that the concept of democracy was born. The ancient Greeks introduced a form of governance where every citizen had a say, a stark contrast to the monarchies and oligarchies of the time. It was a radical idea, the notion that every free man, regardless of his wealth or status, had a voice in the decision-making process. This was achieved through a system called voting, a concept as Greek as souvlaki and baklava. This democratic process, birthed in the city-state of Athens, was a beacon of hope, a light in the darkness of tyranny. It laid the foundation for the democratic principles we hold dear today. So, every time you vote, you have Greece to thank. Ever tried to learn the Greek alphabet? If so, you know it's a far cry from the English ABCs. Originating around the 9th century BC, it's one of the oldest alphabets still in use today. But don't let its age fool you. It's not just a relic of the past. It's a fundamental pillar of our present. The Greek alphabet comprises 24 characters, each brimming with history and cultural significance. And it's not just confined to Greece. It's had a profound influence on other languages, including English. Ever heard of Alpha and Omega, or the term alphabet itself? That's right, you can thank the Greeks for those. The Greek alphabet also plays a crucial role in mathematics, science and other fields. Pi, anyone, or perhaps you're more familiar with sigma and delta from your calculus classes. So, next time you're struggling with Greek letters, remember, they've been around for a while. Ever heard of a little guy called Socrates? Ah, the Greeks, a people who truly knew how to ponder the big questions. Their philosophers were some of the greatest thinkers the world has ever seen. Let's start with Socrates, a chap who loved a good debate. While he left no writings of his own, his thoughts and ideas were immortalised by his student, Plato. Socrates championed the idea of questioning everything, leading to his famous quote, "The only thing I know is that I know nothing." Then we have Plato, a philosopher and mathematician who founded the academy in Athens. Among his notable ideas, he proposed the existence of an ideal world of forms that our everyday world merely imitates. And who could forget Aristotle? A student of Plato, he was a jack of all trades, delving into subjects like biology, ethics, politics, and metaphysics. So, if you're ever in a philosophical mood, you're in good Greek company. Ever wondered why there are so many Greek gods? Well, let's dive into it. The ancient Greeks had a pantheon of gods, each governing different aspects of life and the universe. There was Zeus, the king of all gods and the ruler of Mount Olympus. He was the god of the sky and thunder, notorious for his romantic escapades. Then there was Athena, the goddess of wisdom, courage and inspiration. She was born fully armoured straight from Zeus's forehead, which is one way to make an entrance. She was the city protector of Athens, which was named after her. These gods were not just heavenly figures, but an integral part of Greek society. They represented natural forces, human emotions, and the Greeks' cultural ethos. They were worshipped, feared, and even blamed for all of life's ups and downs. So if you're ever feeling insignificant, just remember, even the Greeks had to answer to someone.